So Leonard Williams has taken the next step up to become an elite superstar level player, and with the way that our defense has been playing this season, I'm really looking forward to seeing how far he can actually develop. Now, we do have a skill upgrade for him, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that. I'm trying to get as much out of the pass rush as possible, so upgrading his power rusher trait should help with that. And now you get to look at his overall core attributes. He's the 9th ranked defensive end in the league, well, left end in the league, with 89 power moves, 88 play rec, 90 strength, 88 tackle. I mean, he's a really good player. And it just so happens that he's up for a new contract, so I'm going to offer him a 3-year deal worth a little bit over $9 million a year, and he thinks that's a good offer, so he resigns with the squad. And now we get to focus our attention on some other needs. Now, Robbie Anderson is a player that I would love to re-sign, but why does he want more money than Leonard Williams? I mean, we've got the cap room, and the $28.4 million over 4 years is not a bad offer, but it's that $13.1 million signing bonus that really inflates the contract, and I don't think I can go there. What do you guys think? Do you think Robbie Anderson is worth that money? I get that he's a really good receiver, but according to the analysis, there are 38 guys that are better than him. So I'm in a bit of a tough spot here because he's the best wide receiver on the team, but I just don't know if that justifies a minimum of a $41 million contract. So go on ahead and drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think, because right now he's looking real Belichickable to me. So he might end up getting his money elsewhere. As for the remaining guys, there are a couple of players I might come back and re-sign for depth, but I usually like to wipe the slate clean and bring in my own guys, so we'll see what happens there. Now, unfortunately, our worst fears were confirmed with Sam Darnold. He's going to be out 8 weeks with a quad tear, so his season is pretty much done. And like I said in the last video, I'm going to need to make a move at quarterback because I am not playing Trevor Siemian for the rest of the season. But when did Ty Montgomery go down with a dislocated ankle? I don't remember seeing any type of notification about that. You guys? I guess that explains why we saw so much of McGuire in the last video, but anyways, we'll have to make a move there as well. But first, let's take a quick look at Sam Darnold and his progression. I think he was a 74 overall to start the season, but his attributes are 89 throw power, 82 deep accuracy, 87 short, and you guys can check out the rest. But what I asked you guys to do in the last video was help me find a quarterback with similar attributes, and a lot of you replied with what I'd already been thinking, and that's bringing back Teddy B to the roster. Now, taking a look at his attributes, there's a lot of similarities there. It's not quite the same, but it's close enough. And getting a deal done with New Orleans was a little bit easier than I expected. We sent Blake Cashman to the Saints for a 4th round pick in 2021 and for Teddy B. So now that we've got our quarterback in place to address the Sam Darnold injury, I decided to take a look at the running back situation. With Ty Montgomery being out for 5 weeks, I had to dip into the free agency pool and found Corey Grant. Check out that speed, 96 speed with 90 acceleration, 89 agility, and 81 carrying. This is a good back that's just sitting there. So I'm going to pick him up for $2.5 million, and he'll provide some much needed depth in our running back group. Now, another move that I really needed to make here is to try to address the offensive line, specifically the center spot. Our center is just trash right now. So I started looking around and I found John Sullivan, the backup to Alex Mack down in Atlanta. And as you guys can see, he'll be a huge upgrade over Jonathan Harrison. And this is an almost direct fallout from what happened in the Dallas game. I had interior pressure on my lap pretty much every snap, and we couldn't run the ball to save our lives. So adding a guy like Sullivan should help out immediately as far as that goes. So here are the terms of the deal. Once I got Thomas Dimitroff on the phone, I sent our right tackle Brandon Shell and our 5th round pick this year to Atlanta, and in return we get John Sullivan and their 4th round draft pick from this year's draft. That means 3rd round draft pick Chuma Edoga is now going to be starting for us at right tackle, and that's not going to be too much of a drop off because let's be honest, Brandon Shell couldn't really block anybody anyways. I think he gave up 9 sacks so far in the season. So I'm going to give the rookie a shot and we'll see what happens for the rest of the season. Now, taking a very quick and brief look at the draft prospects, I haven't really done much in terms of scouting, but there are a couple of wide receivers I like to go early, and then maybe in the 2nd round pick up a guy like Sean Zeller, because I really don't expect John Sullivan to stick around for too much longer. And oh, by the way, in case you guys are wondering, I did import an NCAA draft class. I did not create this roster. I found it online somewhere and decided to import it. And as of August 7th, when I'm recording this video, I hope that these are accurate, but in any case, these are the players that I'll be scouting for the remainder of the season. Now, I know it's still pretty early on, but if Chuma Edoga doesn't work out at right tackle, there are a couple of guys that I like in the later rounds, like Stanley Trent and Frederick Crawford. They both got 1st round grades and can be had in the 3rd or 4th round. That's excellent value. I might just have to grab one of those guys just for the cause. As for the quarterback position, I don't believe I'm in the market for one of those, but I guess anything can happen, but I really want to let Sam Darnold develop as much as possible, like I said in the intro. And then we get over to our D-tackle position. There's a bunch of guys that of course could go either way because I haven't scouted them, but just looking at it based on CPU projection, look how deep this class is. It goes 16 players deep with a projected 4th round grade or better. And if this holds true once I scout them, this is definitely going to be the deepest position in the draft. Now on to the DBs, where I could definitely use one or two. I'm a little disappointed early on. Just looking at the top 7 prospects, you can't find anyone without a C-letter grade for one of their skills except for Ben Borum, and I know he's a scheme fit and everything, but he's 5'9", come on. So in all likelihood, I'll probably have to end up making a trade for a corner or waiting to see what free agency has to offer, because I do not have any faith whatsoever in the draft this year. But anyways, really quick before I get you guys out of here, check out what's going on with Quinnen Williams. You see that 0 for 500 snaps played this season? That's a real problem because on average there's about, 70 to 80 snaps in the NFL game? We're going into week 7 now. Why is he still at 0 for his snap count on the season? I know Clint and Swami and those guys are already aware of the issue, and unfortunately there's no ETA given on when this will be resolved. So when you see Q Will still stuck in the low 80s later in the season, that's exactly what's going on. But anyways, with the moves that were made today and also with player progression, the team's now at a 78 overall, they're 79 on offense and 83 on defense. That average seems a little off to me, but whatever. Here's a snapshot that I took of the intro video so you guys can get a sense on how the players have been upgraded since week 1. We were 76 overall on offense then, now we're at 79 overall. Not sure why that says 78, but anyways, Quincy Enunwa and Robbie Anderson have both increased their overall by 1, and then the acquisitions of Sullivan, Bridgewater, and Grant have also helped out in that effort. But onto the defense now. You see in week 1 we're at a 76 overall, and we've had a few small changes since then. Jamal Adams, Brian Poole, Leonard Williams, Quinnen Williams, and Avery Williamson have all increased their overall by 1. And like you saw earlier in the video, Leonard Williams is now on superstar dev traits, so defense is definitely headed in the right direction. But again, I'm still not sure what's going on with the overall listed on this screen versus the last screen, because if you see it here, it shows the defense at 83, so that's just kind of weird. But anyways, folks, that's all the time I've got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.